Tom O'Hara. We're here at Malcolm Park for our weekly update on the river and reservoir conditions within the St. Louis District. As you can see from the river behind us, the water is high within our system, but based on the current forecasts that we've got from the National Weather Service, we do not anticipate moving to the major flood areas, flood levels throughout the district. We obviously will remain vigilant that all could change if we get additional high water or rain events, and we will remain vigilant as we move forward. Going through the specific areas within the district, starting on the Illinois River has crested. Currently at Grafton, we're at 24.6 feet and dropping. The event that we had in Scott County, we were out on the ground this past week in Scott County. Levee District commissioners and the landowners have implemented an interim fix that is going to keep the level of protection sufficient in that area, provided we don't get additional rainfall. On the Missouri River currently is at St. Charles at 27.4 feet, predicted to crest at about at 27.9 feet on the 4th of July. That's still well below the critical elevation of 33 feet where we start seeing problems with overtopping. The flows out of the Missouri reservoirs have already reached our area, so we do not anticipate any additional increases of elevation as a result of those flows. Provided we don't get any additional rainfall similar to the heavy rain events that happened this past weekend, we will be able to maintain below major flood stages on the Missouri River. Moving over to the Mississippi, in Clarksville, currently at 28.8 feet and dropping. The crest has moved through there. Obviously here in St. Louis, we are awaiting the crest to pass St. Louis. Current elevation is 33.6 feet. We're going to come up about 1.5 feet more, but again, that will have us cresting below the major flood stage. Once we drop out of that out of the flood stage, we will begin our recovery operations, going out to assess any impacts on our systems as we move forward, and working with the local communities to implement any corrections that are needed. Shifting over to our reservoirs, elevations of all the lakes within the St. Louis District are above our seasonal pools, but at Mark Twain Lake, Shelbyville Lake, and Wren Lake, minimal impact to recreation operations. Biggest impact areas at Carlisle Lake, we're about 9 feet above a normal pool there. We will be open, we'll continue to operate there, but there will be some impacts on beaches and some of our campgrounds there. Recommendation is any of our public that are going to be using Carlisle Lake, check the Carlisle Lake webpage and get additional information on specifics. Lake Wapapello, I was out at Wapapello this weekend with this past week with Congresswoman Emerson. They have done a great job down there putting Wapapello back into operations. All of their campsites and facilities will be open for the holiday weekend. That lake has dropped over 40 feet from its record elevation earlier this year. We're working with Missouri Department of Transportation and the local area to ensure we've got a long-term fix for some of the damages that were there. It's a great example of how we're trying to implement a system-wide fix for the historic flood events in the spring of 2011. Taking a look at our locks and dams, all of our locks are open. Last week we had the Cascade lock that was closed. The river has come back down to a sufficient level so that we're able to continue to operate that, and all of the rest of our locks and dams remain open. This is a very busy season as we go into the 4th of July weekend. Water recreation and boating on rivers and lakes are a major opportunity for the public to take advantage of our facilities. One message that I will say is we need to be aware of safety. Wear your life jackets. Continue to operate in a safe manner so you can continue to enjoy the facilities that are out there. As we move forward on elevations here, obviously, as I've said earlier, the water is high on our system. Based on the current forecast that we got from the National Weather Service, we will maintain below the major flood level. We are going to stay vigilant. We will stay tracking this system in the current elevations as we move forward here. And if there are any changes on the forecast or we have higher rainfall events, we will be in constant communication with our federal partners, our local partners, and ensure we're ready to deal with any of the issues that come up. Again, public safety remains our #1 priority, and we will work with our partners to work our way through this continuing high water event.